All right. Looks like we're live now. Thank you for joining today. It's a really fun topic. I talked a little bit about this last week. I was at a marketing conference in California, and we had done a case study with one of our retail customers, talking about at this conference. And one of the big things that kind of came out of part of these discussions is the old way we used to market. There's some similarities in what's coming back. So print never necessarily ever went away. At some point, maybe people thought that print was going away, but just because there's such a vast number of transactions that still happen locally, print still plays a role for a lot of businesses. So today we want to talk about smart marketing, if that's the right word. And I think that we're all on our smartphones all the time. We have all these apps. We have all this convenience, these convenient factors. At the same time, a lot of businesses still have to do some things with print, and so doing print differently today than maybe you would have done a few years ago. Sorry, I was trying to find my camera. Doing print a little differently today than you would have done a few years ago. There's lots of new possibilities, and I think one of the things that came out with the pandemic is our ability as consumers to use QR code and understand QR codes and utilize those to our benefit, and it brings a smartphone type of convenience to consumers, and so that's why we see them wherever we go. In fact, I just walked out of the airport, jumped in a car, got here for this, and I don't know how many QR codes I saw from the time I got up this morning in LA. I saw them. In fact, I going down the road this morning, I took a picture of a utility truck with a QR code on the side of it, and so they're everywhere. So so when we're thinking about print, thinking about print differently. And so today, you as a business, you may be sending out mailers, you may be doing many mailers, but a lot of businesses actually still do a lot of direct mail. So that's sending postcards to people. We know that there's every business that has salespeople, it meets face to face. So if it's a furniture store, if it's a car dealership, if it's we work with a lot of door-to-door sales companies, so solar companies, pest control companies, roofing, siding, remodeling, bathroom remodeling, construction. These are all areas where there's face-to-face interaction with customers. And all these areas where there's face-to-face interaction with customers, at some point there's a physical paper of some sort that is passed between the business and the customer, and it may be an advertisement, it may be a quote, it may be a door hanger, it may be some type of a door tag, some type of notice, and all of those are opportunities to actually build tighter relationship with the customer. And so I was actually thinking about this the other day. We do a lot with Post-it notes. So this would be one of our customers, and little Post-it note goes on a door, trash can, whatever the case might be. And I got in my Avis rental car in Portland the other day, and right above me was this Post-it note, and it said the car's been cleaned, it had the guy's initials, and I'm like, that would be a beautiful place for a QR code. Like if I had any questions, where I could just scan that, and it would put me directly in contact with someone at Avis. I didn't have any questions, but most certainly I'm going to have someone on our team reach out to Avis to see if there's something that can be done there, because they're already putting that in front of us, and so why not add that level of convenience? And that's really what our smart Connect technology is doing. Is it's actually bridging this gap from the offline world to the online world. And I think I talked about this last week a little bit. Someone from Facebook was at this conference I was at last week, and and they're mentioning that the unfortunate thing is that offline marketing cannot be tracked. And I say that yes, offline marketing in the past was not able to be tracked. Offline marketing today can be tracked. So thinking about something that we all do every day, we go shopping, and so we may go to a furniture store. Let's say we're going to talk to a salesperson. The salesperson gives us their card. Why not give me a card? I don't want to call you if I have questions. Give me a card. It has a QR code on it. I can scan it, and it puts me direct connection with you. And so what we're seeing, though, is really interesting results in all types of businesses. And so it doesn't really matter if it's the restaurant with a QR code on a table, connecting people back to them. We're seeing super, super high opt-in rates. And the opt-in rate is basically the business's ability to connect directly with the consumer and be able to send them messages, notifications, and other things like that, right? So what happens today if we think about, you may have used something like a DoorDash. So DoorDash, we download the app, we use DoorDash once. If we don't use it for a few days, they're going to send us a notification saying, hey Jay, you've not used DoorDash for a while, here's a coupon, or here's a recommendation, here's a restaurant that you may like, or whatever the case might be. DoorDash is controlling 100% of that customer experience. They're the one that has the relationship with the customer, even though the food may have come from Cheesecake Factory or P.F. Chang's or something else. DoorDash is the one that is actually controlling that relationship. And when I say that you go into a restaurant, you scan the QR code, and we get an opt-in, essentially DoorDash has gotten our permission to interact with them directly, right? And so DoorDash owns that experience, and DoorDash doesn't necessarily care about one business or another business. They care about getting people into their app, utilizing it, because every time an order is placed, DoorDash is making somewhere between 20 to 30% of that ticket amount. So if it's a $20 meal, they're going to make $4 to $6, and so we think about, well, the restaurant just pays that. Yeah, the restaurant pays that, but they're passing that on to us. So us as consumers, for that convenience, we're paying a pretty hefty price. And this is nothing against DoorDash. I mean, it's the fact that businesses need to own a direct relationship. And so I don't care if it's a furniture store, if it's the restaurant, if it's the large solar company or the pest control company or the plumber, whatever it is, we want to control that relationship. And so Fresh Lives platform is built specifically around not keeping you away from your customer like many of the marketplaces, but bringing that relationship together so you can actually profit directly. You can actually send direct messages to that customer, that you can actually engage that customer and set up an appointment, or engage them in a way that is going to be helpful for your business to grow. And so these smart connect codes, these QR codes, we're not taking a QR code and sending them someone to a website and then hoping they're going to do something there. We're not sending them to a menu and hoping that not knowing what they're going to order. We're there to help businesses create a one-on-one connection with their customer. Because when you have that one-on-one connection, you have the same ability that DoorDash has, that Amazon has, that Facebook has, that Groupon has. All these brands, all these huge e-commerce companies that we give money to, essentially, all these brands are utilizing the most basic form of marketing is direct customer communication, and they've gotten the ability to be in the pockets of millions of consumers, and this is what's in our pockets. And so, like, if you as a business owner can start utilizing smart technology, even in your print, it's going to drive massive amounts of value to you as a business. So something like this customer utilizing a door tag with a QR code that starts a direct customer conversation, you don't have to be there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but your customers expect that you're going to be there. So like if you were to scan that right now and you just found it, it's 10 o'clock at night, you scan it, immediately this customer that utilizes us, their bot is going to basically go in and ask those simple questions, just like you're talking to someone on the phone, like what's your name, what's your email address, how can I help you? And so all those basic forms of communication can be at the fingertips in a very convenient way to all of your customers, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If I were sitting here with each one of you or any one of you, and we were looking, I'm here in Lehi, Utah, so I don't know how many people live in Lehi. Let's say that there's 15,000 homes. If I could magically put your business's app on all of those 15,000 homes or 25,000 homes or 50,000 homes, whatever it is that's in that small area, if you could have your own app and be on every one of those phones and to be able to send every one of those consumers notifications whenever you would like, that would be like awesomely powerful for your business, right? It would be just so powerful to have such a direct connection with the customer. But that's essentially what you're going to get when you start employing smart technology. So like even a QR code on your window or on the leave behind in your business card and all of those other areas where customers are going to find you, it's so convenient because they don't want to pick up the phone and talk to you today. People don't like to have face-to-face conversations today. They like to have text conversations. And this technology is allowing direct sales, face-to-face sales, face-to-face meetings, face-to-face opportunities, the ability to utilize print in a very, very powerful way, in a very smart way to grow. And yeah, every customer is going to connect with it 100%. You're going to have customers who are not going to connect with it. But just like if I used to own sunglass stores here in Utah, and just because someone was going to the movies and they went to the smart cookie place next to us and got ice cream and a cookie, it did not mean that they were going to automatically come in my store either, right? I mean, there's nothing that is automated. But if you're putting yourself out there and you're giving the customer the opportunity to conveniently connect with you, engage with you, ask you questions on their terms, on their turf, in their pocket, then it is just like having an app on their phone. You get the same benefit now of being able to interact with those customers. So when it's a slow day or it's a like this weekend's Mother's Day, right? So like if you're Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory, being able to text hundreds or thousands of your customers today would be a really good thing, right? And or Bath and Body Works or whatever the case might be, it doesn't really matter, your business. It gives you that ability rather than trying to get them to come to your website and to sign up for a list and all these other things. Give them the convenience that they need. And so that's what we mean by it's today. And I think the description was really, really good though, is we all have smartphones. So why would we send out a print advertisement without smart technology also on that print? And that's the basic foundation that's going to drive you customer conversations on a regular basis without having to spend massive amounts of money on Facebook ads, other platforms, anything else. It's just basic technology that's going to get you connected to, over time, hundreds or thousands of customers that know you, that are in your area, that are close to you, that want to engage with you. You're putting that right there at their fingertips and making it really easy. And once you have that collected, then you can continue the conversation. Then you can actually send them notifications. Then you can send them advertisements and coupons and other pieces. but making that connection first is so vitally important here in 2022. And we're seeing this in a very, very big way, how this technology is enhancing businesses across the U.S. and in numerous ways. And it's so simple when you think about you don't have to create a bunch of ads. You don't have to create a bunch of things. I mean, it's not like it's complicated and looking at all these analytics and trying to figure out which ad is working best. We just want to start a conversation and make that connection for you. And that's what that technology does. And so if you have questions about print and how you can enhance your print campaigns, and it doesn't matter if it's a postcard campaign, your money mailers, your direct messaging, your direct campaigns, your QR codes, the QR codes on the sides of your trucks, on your business cards, on your mailers, on the windows of your store, whatever the case might be, make it easy for your customers to connect with you. Make it easy for your customers to connect with you. Make it easy for your customers to leave you feedback. You do those things and your business is going to continue to thrive and grow. And so thank you very much for tuning in today, this Thursday afternoon. I really appreciate it. And if we can help you out, you don't need to become a customer of Freshline, but if we can help you out and answer any questions and maybe enhance kind of the relationships you have with your customers, please just reach out to us and talk to us. Again, appreciate it, and go out and have a great day. Thank you.